America is open to tourists again. Though the United States relaxes travel restrictions that have devastated the travel industry, not all are permitted to enter, and travelers need to comply with the rules to visit the US again. In this video, we talk about the things you should know before hopping on the plane to the US. But first, we want to thank you for joining us. Find us on all the other social media channels. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that bell to get notified when we release a new video. We also appreciate your likes and comments below, as it helps to support our channel. Oh, and don't forget to check out our website at immigrationandmigration.com. This video is brought to you by IAM. We believe that travel improves and inspires you and the people around you. We help you travel by providing services which overcome barriers and frameworks that simplify and enrich your experience. We just happen to be immigration lawyers. So reach out to your IAM visa coordinator when you're ready for your adventure, or already on one and would like some assistance. The United States has lifted travel restrictions for fully vaccinated passengers starting the 8th of November. Visitors can now enter the US from over 30 countries that were previously banned. It marks the first time in roughly 18 months that non-essential travel has been permitted from 33 countries to the United States. The reopening, which comes ahead of the holiday season, is a major development for the travel industry, which has lost billions of dollars, while the international borders were closed to specific countries. The US has maintained tight coronavirus travel restrictions throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. The decision to lift them is a significant move towards a return to pre-pandemic. The US has also brought an end to the travel restrictions at its land borders with both Canada and Mexico, which is also requiring vaccination from travelers. Airlines are required to collect contact information for all passengers, regardless of whether they are vaccinated or not, to enable contact tracing. Airlines will be required to verify vaccine records and match them against identity information. Airlines that don't enforce the requirements could be subject to penalties of up to nearly $35,000 per violation. Quarantine officers from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will spot-check passengers arriving into the US for compliance. Anyone who has been fully vaccinated against coronavirus can now visit the US, providing they have a certificate to prove they are vaccinated. This update is particularly good news to those traveling from 33 countries previously banned from entering the US. Many of these banned countries are part of the US visa waiver program. The decision to lift travel restrictions means citizens of these nations can visit the US visa-free once again by registering online with the ESTA. Vaccinated passengers from the following 33 countries can now enter the US. The 26 member states of the Schengen area: Brazil, China, India, Iran, the Republic of Ireland, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. Vaccinated US citizens and lawful permanent residents will be required to present a negative COVID-19 test taken no more than 72 hours prior to their departure for the US, regardless of their citizenship. Returning US residents who are unvaccinated or only partially vaccinated will be subject to stricter requirements than they are previously, and will need to produce a negative test taken no more than 24 hours before boarding their flight. All foreign adults must have a COVID-19 vaccination certificate to enter the US. Children under 18 are exempt. Other exceptions may be made for those with a legitimate medical reason. The certificate must show that the traveler received their final dose a minimum of 15 days before arriving in the United States. Accepted vaccines include the following: AstraZeneca, Covishield, Janssen or Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer-BioNTech, Sinopharm, Sinovac, and Covaxin. Although CDC has not recommended the use of a mix-and-match COVID-19 vaccine primary series, the CDC will accept vaccination records with combinations of acceptable COVID-19 vaccines. If you don't meet the vaccination conditions, you are not fully vaccinated and are not permitted to enter the US for tourism or business purposes. Travelers must also test negative for COVID-19, taken no more than 3 days before setting off. Travelers must bring the test result to gain entry to the US. Travelers who recently recovered from COVID-19 may instead travel with documentation of recovery from COVID-19. They should provide the positive COVID-19 viral test result and should be dated no more than 90 days before boarding the flight to the US. And a letter from a licensed healthcare provider or a public health official stating that they were cleared to travel. At present, there are no vaccination exceptions for religious reasons or other moral convictions. Proof of vaccination should indicate the following information: personal identifiers that match the personal identifiers on the passenger's passport or other travel documents. Name of official source issuing the records such as government agency. And vaccine manufacturer, and dates of vaccination. Visit our blog post to see the list of acceptable proof of COVID-19 vaccination. Since half the world remains unvaccinated, and vaccine distribution has been so skewed to rich countries, the current US administration is leaving a loophole for people who live in countries where vaccines are scarce. Check our blog post to see the list of 50 countries exempted from the vaccination requirement. Travelers from these 50 countries will need permission from the US government to travel to the US, but it cannot be just tourism or business. They also need to provide proof of a negative COVID test result, taken within 24 hours before boarding the flight to the US. Are you ready to travel to the US? Talk to us in the comment section below. If you have plans to travel, check out the deals we have found in the description box below. If you need assistance with a visa to Europe, the UK, or the US, including help with securing your travel arrangements, IAM can help. For visa advice, contact your IAM visa coordinator. If you'd like to get more info on travel, visas, immigration, and citizenship, head over to immigrationandmigration.com for more free content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more travel and visa updates.